I'ma be honest, brutally honest. Honest to God, I'ma keep it 100. Well, I tell it my secret formula. Yeah, my secret formula, past secret formula for a successful marriage. It is you before me, and I before you. You before me, I before you. What does it mean?
You ask a question.
Me. And I before, if I is before you, then that is.
Hey, sorry. Hello, people.
Hi.
Welcome back to our channel. My name is Pa, and this is my beautiful wife,
Carissa.
All right. So today we are going to be talking about our first year of marriage and what the whole experience was like. And we want to make it a series actually. So if there are any questions you'd like for us to answer, just drop them in the comment section, and we'll answer as many as we can, and we'll try and make it as fun as possible. And we hope that people will learn from this. So let's get straight into action. So I would like to find out from you if had only one advice to give to people who are getting married, just one. What advice will you give them?
I think I would say manage your expectations. No, not that.
So I'm not all that.
It's not that you're not all that.
I'm all that.
You're not all that either. You're like in between. It's not bad. It's not like it's not bad though. But let me explain it.
Okay, sure. I thought I was all that though.
No, so what I'm trying to say is, I think a lot of us have kind of a movie sort of expectation when it comes to marriage, or movie standards when it comes to marriage. But then you forget that there are people who are writing the character, and so they can make him whatever they feel like is the standard. But here's a case where you have a real person who has shortcomings and flaws and things like that, and so you will be setting yourself up for failure if you sort of compare who you have to whatever idealistic man you have in your mind. So I feel like there was something I heard recently that was very helpful, and was from Vodi Bokam. He was talking about marriage and stuff, and he says, love your spouse where they are. People wonder how do I know I've married the right person? And he's like, just go look at your marriage certificate and look at the person's name, the name that's there is the person that you're supposed to marry, because by God's providence that's actually happened. So there's nothing you can do about it. What you have to do is let go of the fantasy, and then just love your spouse as they are, and just keep working at it gradually. You can't change anybody, but as you move along bit by bit, I think you get to understand each other better and stuff like that. So that's what I mean by manage your expectations. I think people will just have some sort of idealistic man in their heads, and so it's no matter what your spouse does, he'll never live up to that person. And I feel it's a danger, because you end up not appreciating what he does have, and then you kind of end up looking at what he doesn't have. Yes, I think that's what I'll say.
Okay.
Is it a good answer?
It's your answer. How? It's your answer. Well, what I'm about to say is different from what I'm about to say. Okay. So how do I agree?
Okay. So what's yours then?
If I had just one advice to give to people, I'll give them the winning formula.
Hey. Smoke right.
Well, Kara says she wants to feature in the video, so we just had to, I would like to add to your point.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you tell people have realistic expectations, how do they know that they are having realistic expectations? And so for me, when we're entering into marriage, I felt like, dating. Our dating experience was fun. For the most part, like I can say, like 95%. We had a good time. Was enjoyable for the most part. And so I felt like entering into marriage. That was my reality. Like, okay, if dating is supposed to be a period that will, you get to know the person better. I felt like I've seen enough. I've seen enough to conclude that I'll be the happiest man ever.
So you're not the happiest man ever.
It is what it is. and so we got married. Early times, were fun. But anyways, we'll talk about that later. What I want to say is that the chasm between dating and marriage is this wide. Oh, for you. And so when you're dating, there's only so much that you can see, right? Because there are certain positions you'll be in marriage that you can never ever. Typical example, you can never ever be in the typical example is dealing with the issue of pregnancy, right? Well, I'm not saying that you can't date someone and impregnate them. That's not what I'm saying. Yes, over to you. But you are talking within the confines of Christian dating. We expect that you keep yourself to marriage. Anyway, so that's just by the way. When you are dealing with pregnancy, right? Your emotions were all over the place, true or false. And there are certain things that I saw that I never ever imagined seeing, true or false.
True.
So that's my point. There are certain things and so you never see. That leads me to my point. I feel like if there's just one advice I would have to give someone, I would say that, well, I term it my secret formula. Yeah, my secret formula, past secret formula for a successful marriage. It is you before me, and I before you. You before me, I before you. What does it mean? You ask the question.
You before me.
Yeah?
And I before. If I is before you, then that's.
Huh? Hey, sorry. You before me, and I before you. Yeah. Yeah.
No. If I is yourself, that means
You before me, and I before you. Yeah.
No.
Yes. What I mean by that is, okay, let me say it in plain terms. I'll put you before me, and you put me before you.
But I said I before you.
Yeah.
So
But you say what?
putting
Me
myself
before you.
Before you.
I just say what? Me before you.
Yeah.
Ah.
No, you before me. The first one was fine. Because it works both ways.
So the first one was what?
The first one was you before me. Yeah, that's all.
Ah, okay. So the secret formula is you before me. And what does it mean? It means you have to be selfless. I feel like that's the only way you would ever have a successful marriage. Putting the needs of your significant other before you, and in hopes that they reciprocate. In hopes that they reciprocate. Some of the issues we dealt with, if I didn't take a step backwards, and look at it for what it actually was, and give you extend a hand of grace to you, understanding that okay, it's just the times, or it's just a situation that it will pass. I feel like if I handled it more, like if I handled it differently, and I wanted to insist on, okay, this is how I want things done, this is how I want things done, or this is how this should be done, I feel like we might be in a difficult spot now. But and I can say same for you too. It's just about extending a hand of grace to each other, and that's why it's important to have an authority that's higher than you that you both submit to. In our case, the authority is Christ. We are trying to do things the way he expects of us through his word, so yeah, my advice will be you before me. You before me. All right, we'll be doing a lot more in this series, so let us know what questions you have we would like for us to answer.
Our first year of marriage.
Yeah, and then we'll answer as many as possible. I'd also like to say this. Let's end on this note. That, and we're sharing with our friends at that time. Okay, like we're sharing with our friends at that time. Yo, for all those who have been praying, Christ, I want to be more like you. I want to be more like you. You've prayed enough. Get married. And every day you have an opportunity to be Christ-like. Charlie, because you have to look away from yourself, and you have to extend grace. You know why? Because you need grace yourself. Anyway, so that wraps it up for this video. Yeah. We'll be doing a lot more in this series, so don't forget to like, share. Yeah. And
drop your questions in the
comment section.
Peace.